A hack and slash bullet hell roguelike sounds like my nightmare for a mashup of game genres. But somehow, Ascent to Zero managed to make it all work in a way that's extremely fun to play, with fun mechanics that allow you to stop time as you slash your way through enemies, and dodge attacks and upgrade each run. It uses the best mechanics from those genres to create a roguelike experience that's probably going to end up being a permanent install on my computer. In Ascent to Zero, the world has come to an end, but luckily for you, an unknown AI has pulled you out of time, and given you the ability to go back in time to prevent the end of the world. Unluckily though, you only have 30 seconds in order to save the world, which is not a lot of time. But using your ability to stop time, you can map out your strategy and unstop time in order to attack rooms filled with unending enemies, leveling up enough to take on the next room of enemies, and keep on going. And this time stop mechanic is addicting, with it being one of the most fun gameplay mechanics I've come across. Watching the time close in on you while positioning yourself when time is stopped to kill as many enemies as possible before starting time again, it's extremely tense and I love it. And you can add more time to your clock by killing elite enemies and bosses. So there's plenty to strategize in finding those rooms and getting those kills in, or by picking up special item drops that can give you perks like adding time, or increasing the max amount of time that you can possibly have. Then there's a ton of upgrades and weapons you can grab for that run from killing enemies or finding them in containers, with you leveling up incredibly fast in order to go against stronger enemies. Or taking your chances and going straight into rooms with stronger enemies where the risk will bring you a greater reward with experience to level up. That is until you run out of time. That's when you get sent back to the home base, which starts off empty, but as you progress through the first area of the game, you'll unlock different characters that'll help you, along with different characters that you can play as with different abilities. Then you can try for a new run and see if you can make it even further. Like most roguelike games, you'll slowly make new progression every run you go for. But you can give yourself an extra boost by using coins left over from the previous run to buy upgrades for that single next run. With my personal favorites being giving myself a starting level of 500, which sounds high, but considering the first end of map boss you come across is level 20,000, it's not that big of an advantage. And there's other advantages you can add too, like more XP, a starting tech, and more time than the guaranteed 30 seconds. Picking the advantages you think will help you the most in completing this run. Then with the wide selection of weapons you have to choose from, there's a wide range of combinations that you can go for, with level up tech you can get during the run being based on those weapons that you choose and the characters you go as, with different characters having different abilities they can set off when stopping or starting time, which makes it fun to switch up the characters you're playing around with. And being able to change out so many things to try and give yourself a new chance at a run makes every run feel as unique as you want it to. I will say though, the game has an insane difficulty spike. The first area of the game is pretty simple, where it's more strategy than anything to get through it. It's when you get to the second part that the difficulty goes insane and the bullet hell part of the game really begins, which is the part of the game that I was not good at. I've tried a lot of different bullet hell games, some of which we played right here on Bickering Nerds, and I am horrible at bullet hell games. So when Ascent to Zero got to that insane style of game, it's sadly where it lost me as quite literally a skill issue. I remember first seeing this game being shown off, and I thought the gameplay loop looked incredibly fun. And I was right. It's insanely fun to play with the time-stopping mechanics and hack and slash gameplay. But I did fear this game a bit because of the bullet hell aspect, which I couldn't tell if it was going to be a big mechanic or not, but it is. And it can get insane with how much stuff is going on at the same time on the screen. I found myself dying most of the time simply because I lost track of what was going on. So for fans of bullet hell games, as someone who wants to love them but is terrible at them, I can say that aspect is here for all of you. And I even got pretty good at this one after playing it for several hours. Not great, but good enough that I was able to get pretty far into the runs and make progress every time, either due to getting better at the game or just going in with better equipment, which the equipment is a fun aspect of the game, and the part where my simple brain locked in and went, I need those numbers higher. With the weapons having different stats with either melee, range, direct damage, area of effect, etc. The typical kind of differences for weapons in a hack and slash. Something that's kind of sad though is you don't really control these weapons at all. They're all on an auto attack plan, so even when you choose a melee weapon, you aren't actually swinging it around yourself, which got me a little bummed at first. Until I started running around with 4+ weapons and realizing there was no way I would stand a chance trying to control even 2 of these at the same time. And you'll need a good variety of weapons to take down everything in each run of the game, with there even being temporary weapons you can use that disappear at the end of the run. Or you can try and save them for a future run and make them a permanent weapon, which my luck never ended up working for that. But it was something I liked, where it made each run feel like, okay, I got it this time, I have a really good weapon lineup for it, and I can't mess this up. Then to see at the end of the run the new high scoreboard come up with all the new limits I reached. It hits that roguelike itch perfectly in that aspect. Overall, I would say if you're a fan of roguelike games that have a little bit of strategy to them, this is for sure one you want to check out. As for fans of bullet hell games, don't let the intro of the game put you off. Once you get further into the game, the bullet hell mechanics really start to ramp up. I will, however, say, in my experience with this game, it is an eye strain if trying to play it on a mobile PC. I find myself playing a lot of games on my handheld PC these days, but this one is one I had trouble with. Due to the small text and the even smaller characters, it was really hard to tell what was going on sometimes. So if you plan to play the game in this way, keep that in mind. But if you have Game Pass, Ascent to Zero is available on Game Pass PC and higher tiers. And if the game interests you enough that you clicked on this video to see my thoughts on it, then I recommend at the very least giving the demo a try. It's a really fun game that I enjoyed quite a bit and will be coming back to in the future for sure. And as always, links to find the game will be in the description below. And if you've made it this far, hit that subscribe button and check out some of our other videos. And if you played Ascent to Zero or intend to, I want to know what your thoughts are on it in the comments below. Until next time, this is Brad with the Bickering Nerds.